and welcome to Mahalo Daily. I am here in gorgeous San Diego, California. My first time here, by the way, for the ETech conference. ETech, of course, stands for Emerging Tech. So I wanted to ask some of these smarty pants, well, what is the emerging tech? So I'm here with Terry Jones. You're speaking at the conference this week. What is your specialty?
I have many specialties, but this is on Wednesday afternoon. I'm talking about some work that I did a couple of years ago at the University of Cambridge, and it's about building vaccines, designing vaccines for influenza, using mathematics and optimization to try and figure out where we should put the vaccine to be most effective in stopping the virus.
What is the emerging tech in your field?
In the virus field, it's basically using mathematics and optimization techniques to try and figure out how to make vaccines. Very interesting because a lot of the data has been around for decades, but it's never been inside of a computer before. It's never been analyzed by a bunch of geeks who like to do math. And we're trying to figure out how to cut down on the number of people who die from influenza every year, which is about 500,000.
So in your field, what do you consider to be the emerging tech? What's next in web hosting and servers and that kind of thing?
Well, I think it's going to be the virtualization, virtual servers and stuff we're seeing with Amazon, E3 and stuff like that. Getting away from just single servers and putting it out into the cloud. So it's the kind of stuff we're looking at. That's really starting to ramp up quite a bit.
Tell me what you're working on.
We do brain imaging technologies.
So what's emerging in that field?
Well, traditionally, brain imaging is your sort of standard MRI, and then comes off the scanner, and the radiologist looks at it just like an X-ray from the 1950s. He kind of puts it up on a digital light box, and it's very qualitative. He looks at it, and he can see if there's a giant tumor there. Okay, I see there's a tumor. But a lot of psychiatric and neurological diseases are invisible to these sort of qualitative assessments. So we're developing quantitative methods for looking at these sorts of brain scans.
All right, and is that what you're speaking about here at the conference?
I'll be speaking about that. I'm also talking on brain hacks, which I guess is just pretty much anything you might want to do to the brain to improve it or alter it or maybe make it worse. I don't know.
Is that like hacking your sleep patterns to try to only sleep a few hours a night, that kind of thing? I've heard about that a little bit.
Yeah, things like that, and improving your intelligence, altering state of mind, I guess.
So how do you?
I think it's things like neural prosthetics, things like for when you're disabled that maybe would help you to walk or see or other things like that.
I'm actually here showing a book that I wrote called Making Things Talk, and it's about making physical interactive projects communicate through various networks.
In layman terms?
In layman terms, when we deal with computers, we always have to touch stuff, whether it's keyboard, mouse, screen, or with more advanced systems. You've got the Wii, you've got all kinds of things where we get to use our bodies to make computers do things. And what Making Things Talk is about making those physical interfaces communicate with each other over the internet, over wireless networks, over all kinds of things like that.
Like sending a hug through a suit?
Yes, exactly. Like sending a hug through a suit. Yeah, you're probably going to see that one later on. There's another project of ours here called Botanic Halls, where there are plants that can send you Twitter messages telling you that they need water, that kind of thing.
Are they real plants or are they synthetic plants?
They're real plants. They're real plants that can send you Twitter messages.
What is the emerging tech in your field? What are you here for?
Oh boy, I am so excited about the mind hacks. So you have PET scans and things like that have been out of reach for so long, and any type of conversation about 23andMe or genetics testing, what you do with that information, if you have it, and the liabilities of having that type of information. I mean, who really wants to know if you could know when you're going to die, or if you are predisposed to, thank you, inclined, have another cup of coffee, to Parkinson's or something, would you want to know if it's not actionable? So those are a lot of the questions that I'm excited about hearing people discuss here.
Certainly some very interesting things to look forward to in the near future. From Mahalo Daily, I'm Veronica Belmont at ETech. Stay classy, Internet.